Here we will see common language infrastructure. Since the .NET framework supports different languages, each language has its own compiler which generates instruction in an intermediate language, common intermediate language. Then this common intermediate language is converted to machine code that the processor can understand. For execution of this machine code, it requires virtual execution system, which is an agent responsible for managing the execution of code. The VS is responsible for loading and running programs, providing additional services like security, garbage collection to the program as it executes. The specifications for the CIL and the runtime are contained within an international standard known as Common Language Infrastructure. That is, here different languages are compiled with its own compiler and are transferred to the Common Language Infrastructure. And this Common Intermediate Language is converted to machine code using the Common Language Runtime. That is, Common Language Runtime compiles the CIL to the machine readable code. Common Language Infrastructure is a platform independent development system from Microsoft that enables programs written in different programming languages to run on different types of hardware. The CLI is a key specification for understanding the context in which the program executes and how it can interact with other programs and libraries even they are written in other languages. CLI does not prescribe the implementation for the standard, but rather it identifies the requirements for how the CLI framework should behave once it conforms to the standard. Main components of CLI are common type system, which defines the programming types and operations that are supported by the .NET Runtime Engine. It defines rules that language must follow, which helps to ensure that the objects written in different languages can interact with each other. It also defines the rules for the data types of the objects written in various languages that are able to interact with each other. Then metadata. It is a machine readable information about the resources. The CLI language compiler will generate the metadata and store this in the assembly that contain the CIL. When the CLI executes the CLI, it will check the metadata of the called method, which ensures that the method is called with exactly right number of parameters and exactly the right parameter types. Metadata can be added to the code through attributes. Then common language specifications. Since .NET supports different programming languages, to communicate effectively with these different languages, there must be a common set of standards to which every .NET language must follow. This common set of language feature is known as Common Language Specification. Then Virtual Execution System. The Virtual Execution System is responsible for loading and executing programs that are written for the .NET runtime. The purpose of the VES is to provide support that is required to execute the Common Intermediate Language instruction set. Advantages of CLIs are platform independence. The most useful advantage of the CLI is platform independence. The same CIL code can be executed on any device that has a compatible version of the .NET framework installed. Then language interoperability. CLI enables different programming languages to work together, which means developer can choose the best language for a particular task without worrying about the compatibility issues. Then enhanced performance. With just-in-time compiler of the .NET framework, applications built with CLI have enhanced performance. The CIL code is compiled to machine code just before execution, which ensures optimal performance. Then robust security. The common language infrastructure offers robust security feature, which provides mechanism for the type safety, code access security and role-based security, and simplified development process. The common language infrastructure simplifies the development process. It reduces the complexity of deploying and versioning components, which make it easier for developers to manage their projects.